All right, Brian, thanks a lot. White House hopeful Mitt Romney fired his landscapers when a newspaper exposed that illegals were working on his property. But was that report a hit job, and who was behind it?
Syndicated columnist and Fox News contributor Michelle Malkin joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Michelle.
Good morning, guys.
So these Boston Globe reporters staked out in front of Mitt Romney's place for 2 months to try to have that gotcha aha moment.
And they got it. Apparently, it's been longer than 2 months because the first tip that they got about these illegals working on Mitt Romney's lawn and also his son's lawn came in July 2006. And they published the first report last year. So Mitt Romney had a heads up. And let's not make any mistake about where I stand on this. I think he did a stupid thing in giving this employer too many chances, and it bit him back in the rear end here. And he didn't have to have this moment. All that said, however, I think that this coverage raises a lot of journalism double standards. And let's start with the title. You never see the term illegal immigrants in most of the coverage of immigration news. That's but right. if it's going to embarrass a Republican presidential candidate, they have no problem with that. All of a sudden, the mainstream media, which hides behind these euphemisms like undocumented workers and which has crusaded for amnesty for all these years, now they sound like Tom Tancredo.
Exactly.
Really
Michelle, I did not
wonderful.
see the other side of this story, which I guess is the whole point of why we have you on as a guest today, until I read your editorial. And here's what you ask. When is it permissible to ask an illegal alien his citizenship status? And of course, this is something we talk about almost on a daily basis because police officers in many cities are not allowed to ask that question. But now you're saying it's okay for journalists to sit outside somebody's yard for 2 months and ask those questions.
Yeah, it's remarkable. You know, a lot of the editorial boards of these newspapers support these sanctuary policies. They want to gag police officers and other government workers at all levels from asking people their citizenship status. But again, it's okay if it's going to embarrass a Republican presidential candidate. And I have to say, there's another double standard here, too. Can you imagine, for example, if a Fox News reporter stood outside of a 7-Eleven, say the 7-Eleven where the 9/11 hijackers had gotten their fraudulent documents in Virginia, and started asking day laborers their citizenship status, turned the cameras on the people who were driving up to hire them, aired that report, had DHS on, told people they were illegal aliens, you know, you'd be strung up from a tree again for journalism ethics and invasion of privacy violations.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And yet nothing toward the Boston Globe from the mainstream media.
No, they'll probably get awards for it.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, Michelle Malkin with MichelleMalkin.com and HotAir.com. We thank you very much for joining us today from Baltimore. Thank you.